As many of you know, we have recently partnered with the Austin Denton Foundation. Great new internship opportunity with great people through great resources. Today, I am blessed and lucky to be joined by Austin Denton's father, Brian Denton. Brian, how are you doing today?
Hey, Jay, I'm doing very well. Appreciate you having us on. So, Thank you.
Yeah, I'm excited, man. It's a great opportunity to talk to the man himself, who has helped make an impact through New Mexico over the last few years. Can you tell us a little bit about the Austin Denton Foundation?
Absolutely, KJ. So the foundation is in my son's honor. He was a student here in Albuquerque at La Cueva High School, and was born and raised in Albuquerque. He unfortunately passed away at the age of 18 in December of 2019 of complications from a spinal cord tumor. He actually had been battling cancer since he was 2 years old. That's when we found the cancer, and he was a patient over at Memphis, Tennessee, at St. Jude Children's Research Hospital. And we had beat cancer. We beat it for about 10 years, and it kind of came back. And unfortunately, it came back a little bit more aggressive, and we were not able to beat it this time. And as you might have seen with some of the things that Austin has done and everything, he loves sports like yourself, KJ. You love sports.
Yep.
And he was, I'll tell you, KJ, he inspired so many people. He was, with his perseverance, his selflessness, his incomparable positivity. So he, from the complications, from treatment, from the surgeries he had and everything like that, he was pretty much walking with forearm crutches and in a wheelchair. And he just persevered through all of that, battling cancer for 10 years and being cancer-free. And he just didn't complain. And he inspired so many people because of that, and his always positive, and like I said, being and being selflessness. He just always cared more about others than himself, even though he was the one, he was the one that was facing the challenges, right? But that's what I got to say. He had all of these challenges, and he just never complained, never had a bad day, always positive, and we wanted to continue that. We wanted to continue to share and inspire others. And I'll tell you, I don't think, KJ, that Austin's story and his legacy is completely written yet. And I think the creation of the foundation gives us the opportunity to continue to write that story and his legacy by supporting these individuals like yourself, as well as the organizations that he would be doing if he was here, and that he would want us to do since he's not here.
Yeah, and that is perfect. That leads me into my next question of how did the foundation start? What made y'all say, you know what, we want to reach out to kids in New Mexico and help out young journalists like myself? How did this come about?
So I do think that we are a family that we love to support others. I really do. I think that's just in my family. It's been in my family for years, and that's just who we are. We love to create opportunities as well and support others in the state of New Mexico and things like that. And it's just been the family. It's just been us, And I think, we wanted to. After Austin passed in 2019, we had a thought in 2020, and we all know what happened in 2020 with COVID. We kind of had a thought of that we could start a foundation to, the mission that we came up with is to raise funds and awareness for organizations that serve, support, and create opportunities for individuals. Now, when Austin was going through treatment and all the things that he was able to do in sport broadcasting, from working with ESPN Radio 117, the team here in Albuquerque, to ProView Networks, to St. Jude, sending him off to Super Bowl 50 and interviewing Peyton Manning. Those organizations created those opportunities for Austin to do those things. And like St. Jude, who basically, was able to cure him of cancer for at least for 10 years. We wanted to give back to those organizations and even more organizations to be able to support them, those organizations that create those opportunities for individuals. We wanted to give back and do it in Austin's name and honor.
Yeah, and I think y'all have done a great job. Like I said, I am very appreciative of the opportunity. I know that I'm the first person here at ENMU to get this opportunity. I know that it's going to grow. I'm sure that with this being the first, it's not going to be the last at all. So I'm looking forward to however I can help with that because, yeah, y'all have done a great job of helping people across the state. What are the near goals for the foundation? Some things that you want to get done through the Austin Denton Foundation here in the near future?
Yeah, I think it's a great question. I think in the near future, things like what we've done with partnering with Eastern New Mexico University, I feel like there's not a whole lot of in the state are a whole lot of programs for sport broadcasting, and we're hoping that there will be schools and organizations that will be able to maybe start some of these clubs, sport broadcasting clubs, or like Eastern, who has a great broadcasting curriculum, but then they added sport broadcasting. And when we heard about this, we connected with a couple of people, and then we kind of got the ball rolling. And we said, absolutely, that's one of the goals. And when you see, on the goals on Austin Denton webpage, that's one of the goals is to support sport broadcasting programs, because Austin was a talent. He had a natural ability to do a lot of things in sport broadcasting, to announcing, to play-by-play, to interviewing individuals, and we wanted to be able to create those opportunities as well in this state to give individuals who had an interest in sport broadcasting to be able to do that. So that's one of the goals. And we were fortunate be able to support like the broadcasting club at La Cueva High School last year, and now with Eastern. And we're going to continue to find those opportunities to be able to support and provide those monetary funds so that like yourself can be a part of that. And so we also support a lot of the organizations that Austin, like I said, when he was in a wheelchair, there's a sled hockey club called the New Mexico Blade Runners, and that they actually sit in sleds, and that's how they play hockey. There's a lot of those students there that Austin knew when he used to play wheelchair basketball with them, and we support them quite a bit. So those organizations, for a lot of people who have challenges like that in wheelchairs, or just different mental challenges or physical challenges, Austin, he had the physical part, but we want to be able to support those programs too. Austin also went on a Make-A-Wish trip, Make-A-Wish, New Mexico, back when he was really young, when he first discovered that he had cancer. So we support Make-A-Wish. The Carrie Tingley Hospital up here in Albuquerque, where Austin was a part of that too. So we support some of those organizations that really help those individuals who have challenges. And on top of that, because of Austin's background in sport broadcasting, we want to be able to support that as well, and try to help create more of those opportunities for those students to gain that interest. Yeah. Now, like I said, Austin already knew what he wanted to do in middle school. He knew, like, I want to be a sports broadcaster. I think if there's some clubs, after school clubs, because right now there's not a whole lot of schools that have it actually in their high school. There is some across the state, that once you generate that interest and get students involved, and then maybe they're like, maybe that's something I want to do in college. So if we can support those groups, that's what we're going to do. Yeah. That's one of our goals.
And that's a great idea. I mean, I never really thought of that right there, but if there is any way I can help with that, you let me know. Because I wouldn't mind talking to some high school kids, middle school kids, and definitely pushing the issue.
We may take you up on that, KJ.
Yeah. I heard you talk about La Cueva. We know Austin didn't attend La Cueva. I think La Cueva has slowly become my favorite New Mexico high school. We had AJ Bramlett on the show not too long ago.
Oh, did you?
And also I told you I work with Prep Hoops, so I've been covering Drew Bramlett, his son. I've been covering La Cueva a lot. And then through y'all, I think La Cueva is my favorite high school at this point in New Mexico. Do y'all still do work with La Cueva? Is there something that y'all want to do in the future with La Cueva specifically?
Yeah, we do. So we actually, so last year we did support their sport broadcasting club, and provided some monetary funds for them to purchase like a computer and some equipment, stuff like that. And we'll continue to do that. There's also a scholarship in Austin's name at La Cueva High School, that started right after he passed away, in I think in 20 or 21 now. And so there's a scholarship that we provide to students that usually in May, at their honors night on senior night, we are there. Myself, my wife, usually Sky, if she's home from school, will be there, and we provide a scholarship for a student who is going to college, and they basically have to write an essay on essentially how they have seized the moment, as far as in high school. And so that's something we do there. So we'll continue to do that. But what I was when I was mentioning earlier, I think before we got on the air, is that we also want to support all the students across the state of New Mexico as well. And that's through the NMAA Foundation, through the New Mexico Activity Association. And we provide 2 to 3 scholarships to students that are across the state. And those will be announced, I think, here very shortly, and might even be before the tournament next week. So, but yeah, it's funny. You're there in Portales, KJ, and I don't know if you know, but I graduated from Clovis High School, just up the street from you.
Yeah, I'm about to take a trip to Clovis after this.
Yeah, well, that's funny because but my wife and Austin and my daughter all went to La Cueva High School.
Wow.
But I actually graduated from Clovis. So, hey, make sure you get something from Taco Box for me.
From Taco Box.
Across the street over there from the university.
Yeah, not too far from the apartment. Not too far.
Yeah.
So my next question for you, as we get closer to wrapping things up here, how can people help grow the Austin Denton Foundation?
Yeah, I appreciate you saying that. There's a lot of different ways that we have sponsors. Fortunately, I will say that we are very, very fortunate to do things and be able to help, like yourself, KJ. We have some great sponsors, and like ESPN Radio 117, the team, is one of our sponsor, and our big sponsor, who's our Seize the Moment sponsor, is Fairway Incorporated, and I'm just throwing these out: Desert Greens Equipment, Spiegel Sport and Spine, and all of them. We usually have them. They sponsor each year, and they provide a monetary amount to us, which helps us with giving back to these other programs. We also do events. We do 2 events a year now, and we might actually, I should say 2 to 3. But the first one that we do is Top Golf here in Albuquerque, and that's going to be April 28th, and this is going to be the 4th annual one already, which I can't believe it's already going to be the 4th annual one. So it's great. Austin used to love to go to Top Golf, and you think, well, he's in a wheelchair. How did he do that? Well, Top Golf is great about accommodating people with challenges like himself, and they can actually move the thing, or where you hit the ball. Essentially, I can't remember what that's called. The apparatus where the ball comes out. They actually set it up for people in wheelchairs, and so he used to love and go, and he could hit it. He could swing club from his wheelchair and hit the ball. And it's just a great atmosphere. So we thought that was one place that we should do an event, and to raise money for the foundation to in turn give back to places like Eastern New Mexico and partner with like that. So this is going to be the 4th annual one coming up. So going to events, you can support. We do have direct donations on the webpage through PayPal, and then we have a huge gala in December 30th. And this will be the 4th one coming up in December. It's a great event, 4-hour event where we have a nice dinner, we have presentations, we have a silent auction. We had a live auction this year where it was the first time we did a live auction in December. It was great. We had a lot of fun with that. So that raised a lot of money. So like I said, we are very, very grateful. Like Austin, I mentioned earlier, KJ, he inspired so many people. So the Cueva community, as well as Albuquerque community, has really supported the foundation, and we are forever grateful for that.
Yeah.
Because of them supporting these events that we had and direct donations is why we're able to give back and do so many things that we're doing right now.
Yeah, and like I said earlier, y'all have done some marvelous things so far. I've sat here today and I've been able to learn so much more than I knew when I woke up this morning. I didn't even know that y'all had that big of an impact through New Mexico. I knew the impact was huge, but I didn't know how powerful what y'all were doing really was. And I really appreciate everything that you have done so far, you and the whole foundation. Just keeping Austin's name alive and keeping it growing. Like you said, this is not the end. This is not at all even close to the end. The opportunity to grow his name and allow people to understand what he did and what his goals in life were. Y'all are taking full advantage of that and doing that successfully. So I want to say thank you, and you're doing a nice job.
Well, thank you, KJ, for saying that. That means a lot. We really appreciate it. It's great to see you thriving there at Eastern New Mexico University and what you're doing, and the picture that you sent sitting there doing play-by-play with Doc Elder, right?
Yeah.
So those are the kind of things that I just know that Austin is smiling somewhere. Wherever he's at, he is smiling, seeing that. Sorry, I just got a little emotional there. Wow. So didn't think I was going to, KJ, but you got me. But he is definitely smiling and seeing but because, like I said, if he was here with us, he would be doing the same, even though he'd be finishing up. Well, he'd probably have graduated from college, and like he said, he just hoped to be in a broadcast booth somewhere. He didn't care where he was going to be what he was broadcasting. He just hoped to be somewhere, but I know he'd still be doing a lot of these things. And he's smiling and seeing what's going on. So. Yeah, definitely, Brian. Hey, I thank you so much for joining the show today. Hopefully this is not the last time we have you on the show. I want to hopefully do some things in the future where we kind of partner the We Kicking It show with the Austin Denton Foundation. I'll be in Albuquerque next week and a half from now. So hopefully we get to connect and see how we can grow this thing, and how I want to do everything I can to help. So, yeah, hopefully we can make that happen. Yeah, we appreciate that so much, KJ. And yes, absolutely. Anytime that you want us to come on and talk about, we always say we can talk about Austin all day long and the foundation all day long. So just let us know. We're here to serve and to help. So, and then hopefully we'll be able to connect next week. Definitely. Well, Brian, I'm going to link all of the links for the Austin Denton Foundation in the description. Do you want to say how can people find the Austin Denton Foundation? You can just go to www.theaustindentonfoundation.org, or you can find us on Facebook under the Austin Denton Foundation, Instagram, and X. We're on all those platforms. So please check us out, and if you guys, if there's anything that we can do to help, just let us know. So. All right. Well, Brian, once again, thank you for joining the show.
I'm in a cool with fun shit, can't even think my brain a mosh pit. I done applied that belt to so many butts, they think I'm a full-time mama. I was just broke in the trap trying to move these boats, but now my bills got commas. All this trauma, money can't solve, but at least I saved my mama.